As we finally clawed ourselves out from the Spider-Man 2 buggyverse, let us now talk about how the Spider-Man 2 initial sales are not looking as strong as one would think it would be. In addition to that, could someone tell me how could the market leader, how could a company who reported so many strong profits for 2023 still don't care if their workers sing this song?
Please come home. I got beans and bologna.
Well, it's looking sad out there for some Sony workers. Let's talk about it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Say what you want about Spider-Man, but Spider-Man and its franchise is one of the biggest franchises in the world. And just recently, Spider-Man 2 was released for the PlayStation 5. This sequel rated the best out of any other Spider-Man ever made, getting a 91 on Metacritic. Now, if we was to take all of that into consideration, and of course the marketing behind Spider-Man 2, anyone would expect that Spider-Man 2 would be breaking records. Yes, we would expect that. But there are some initial reports that shows that Spider-Man is not breaking any records. As a matter of fact, it is falling behind some of PlayStation other big titles. Let's look at this report from Christopher Dring. So according to Christopher, he's a well-known analyst. He's saying Spider-Man 2 is comfortably number 1 in the UK physical charts this week. It's the 4th biggest UK boxed launch of the year, behind Zelda, EA Sports FC, and Hogwarts Legacy. Physical launch sales are 20% lower than the God of War Ragnarok managed last year. Digital data still to come. Now, if this report is true, this could be very concerning because this is Spider-Man after all. Harry Potter, God of War, Zelda cannot compete with Spider-Man when it comes to popularity, and who is well known. I mean, it's a well-known fact that Spider-Man is Marvel's most popular character of all time. So anything that Spider-Man does, we are expecting it to break records. The mere fact that Spider-Man is still being topped by Zelda or Hogwarts Legacy, even God of War, it says a lot. Now we know that the UK market is not the biggest market, it's about 5th in the grand scheme of things, but it's a little litmus test to help us to see, or a little gauge to help us to see, how this game will do overall. Now, is this report true? We'll have to wait and see. Why a person's not buying this game as much as the first Spider-Man or as much as God of War when it comes to physical copies, we don't know. Is it the glitches? Is it that persons are waiting for they to fix these glitches and then they will go out and buy it? Well, we don't know for sure. But let me hear what you think. Why is Spider-Man down when it comes to the physical sales, and God of War has it beat? Zelda have it beat? Let me know in the comment sections below. Now, there is another report, but this time it's bad news for Sony. All through Twitter, I've been hearing Sony fans saying that Sony is the market leader. They are always saying that Sony is the most profitable gaming company in the world, right? Now tell me this, how could the most profitable gaming company do these workers this? Listen to this report here, brought to us by Eurogamer.
I knew this layoff wave was coming. PlayStation's Visual Arts is the latest gaming company to have been hit by layoffs. As spotted by VGC, a number of developers from Visual Arts Service Group have taken to social media to announce their redundancies and seek out new opportunities. Unfortunately, following a wave of layoffs, last week was my last at PlayStation. Senior-level designer Daniel Bellemer, who's worked on blockbuster games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Immortals Phoenix Rising, wrote on LinkedIn. While this is certainly not news I was hoping for, I'm grateful to have had a chance to work amongst extremely talented colleagues on incredible projects, and I'm leaving with good memories of my time there. I am starting to actively look for my next challenge. The Last of Us Part 1 rigging artist, Sean Teo left a similar note on their LinkedIn page. My contract at PlayStation Visual Arts has unfortunately come to an end. I am currently looking for a new role and I am flexible with working on video games, cinematic films, and commercial work. Goodbye PlayStation Sony Interactive Entertainment, it's been real, said Matt Barney, hinting that they knew this layoff wave was coming. They had previously worked with teams at San Diego Studio, Firewalk Studios, PlayStation Studios, and XDev as a recruiter. For the past few months, I knew this layoff wave was coming. I love PlayStation and I always will. I mean, I stayed when I had the chance to leave, so obviously, I loved every single minute of partnering with you. However, I have learned today that I will unfortunately no longer be your staffing partner.
So we know throughout the gaming industry there have been a lot of persons being laid off, but this is not the rest. This is Sony. Sony is the market leader. They are out here boasting that they are making so much profits. Especially in 2023, they went on to raise their games as a service. They went on to raise the the physical disc to $70. They even raised their consoles. All of this, and you're telling me that they could not keep these workers? This is very sad. Your workers are out here in the cold.
And I stood there in the freezing cold, and I waited for you, but you never showed.
Sony.
Where you at? Ooh, where you at?
Sony.
Ooh, where you at? Somewhere smoking crack.
It have to be Sony smoking crack to make all this money, but you're letting go your hard and honest workers. Shame on you, Sony. Now, even David Jaffe is, commenting on this. Now, he's not saying much, but he does allude to, his disapproval of what Sony is doing here. David Jaffe wrote on X, sad, frustrating, potentially super disrespectful news dropping tomorrow about PlayStation, if my sources are correct. I talk around it in this member-only video, but in less than 24 hours, I'm sure the journalists will get hold of it and tell the tale. It's not a lock, but these two sources both work at PlayStation, have never been wrong in sharing what they share. Now, David Jaffe is very much upset of this because of this news, and he's confident that journalists would, hold this story down and, expose what Sony is doing here. It appears that David Jaffe does not know how the gaming journalists have a love affair with Sony. If anyone is about to say anything about this, no doubt it would be sugar-coated so that we will not get the full story. But this is sad. The most profitable company when it comes to gaming is firing, their honest, hard-working persons. Do you have any shame, Sony? But let me know what you think about it. Do you think this is common, man? These guys have to be let go. They are redundant. Let me know what you think about what Sony is doing. Give me these comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Later.